Hello, welcome to another video. Umut here. I have my Delusions art journal here to create another page, and I am going to use lovely stamps from Elenazinski art. These are stamps designed by Elenazinski for Paper Artsy. So I will put all the links down below where you can buy them. But today I'm going to combine this beautiful and fun stamp set by digital stamps, again by Elena, to show you if you have similar supplies designed by the same artist, you have even more possibilities. Last time when I used Elena's digital stamps, I received a lot of questions of which printer I use when I print them, how do I arrange the size, how do I print, all these things. So I thought I would show you in this video. If you are very well aware of these things, you can just skip to the art journal. But I wanted to demonstrate to answer these questions that were similar. So this is my laptop that I use to design these things. I opened Keynote. I have a Mac, but if you have a PC, it's a PowerPoint. And I have a blank page, horizontal, that replicates my art journal more or less. And the size is A4 when I print it, because the paper I use is an A4. So I just click where I saved these stamps, and I'm going to use these 3 today. So thinking this is the size of my art journal, I am just reducing the size and placing it more or less where I want to put, guessing the size of the stamps, etc. So I arranged the size. It's quite straightforward. If you want it bigger as your focal point, you can make it bigger. If you want it smaller, you can make it even smaller. So it's very practical, as I say. This is the big advantage of digital stamps. If I was planning a tag, I would make it much smaller. So after I arranged it, as you see, it replicates the same setup of my paper, and I printed it. I use an inkjet printer, and when I use matte medium on it, the ink doesn't smear. That was asked a lot as well. So this way I have this stamp set, but I can combine it with digital stamps and create many more different projects designed by the same artist. So let's start. I'm going to use my very vivid sprays. I have Delusions Bubblegum Pink. I sprayed a little bit water as well to blend nicely. And I put Funky Fuchsia. Then I have this Color Bloom spray from Prima, which has a little bit shimmer in it. I'm going for, as you understood, pinks and purples today. And I have a darker purple as well. While I'm doing this, I also want to tell you, Elena kindly offered a discount code for her digital stamps on Etsy for my subscribers, viewers. So here is the code up on the screen and also down below at the description area together with the store. It's valid until end of April. So I hope you take advantage of it. So after it's dry, I'm going to give a little bit interest. I found this in my stash. I cut it myself through my digital cutter. And they look like the sprinkles that we see on cupcakes. So I'm using a pink and purple archival ink. And pink is from Memento, Rosebud. Just to go over this to create some interest. I'm using archival ink or inks that don't move with water, not distress, and not to have a smearing problem afterwards. I have these circles as well. Again, I printed it myself. I cut it myself with my digital cutter. And I'm using this Dreamweaver gold embossing paste. To go over these again to create more interest and some texture at the background. I'm not going to put so much because at this moment I don't know exactly where I place my guys. So I will just do some, and if I have more space later on, I will continue putting more of these. And now it may look milky yellow, a weird color, but when it dries a very nice shiny gold. And after this I'm going to make some gold splashes with my Liquitex gold ink, you will see, but it doesn't matter, you can use a gold acrylic paint, anything gold that you have. Since I have these gold circles, I felt the need that I need to have some other gold on the page, and I always like my splashes, as you know. And next is I will leave this to dry, and I'm going to stamp the cute guys which are baking on my cardstock that I printed the tree. I'm using archival black ink, and I'm going to stamp all of the guys, but I'm not sure if there will be space. Anyway, let's have it all, and if we can fit them, we will. Afterwards, I'm going to color these with my Prismacolor pencils because I really want a colorful page. And last time when I used Elena's stamps, I showed you the whole process. This time I'm not going to show it, but I'm going to link that video up in the cards and down below at the description area if you want to watch me coloring. I always say I'm not an expert in coloring. I do okay, enough to put things on my art journal, but I love Dede's coloring. She's another artist on YouTube, so I highly recommend her if you want to learn about more coloring. I will link her channel down below. She has a really fun personality as well. And she's one of the YouTubers that I follow, and she colors quite a lot live too, so you can see in real time. All I'm doing is I'm using some colors, purples, pinks, maybe oranges and yellows, and using the light tones and dark tones to give shadows and highlights. That's the trick. And after I cut all of them, I go around with a black marker through the edges for them not to seem like they are cut, all the mistakes, because the white edges show the mistakes, and also it looks much neater with black edges. So I do that always. Now that I cut everything, I see that I can put the tree a little bit on the right, and I can fit all three cute guys this way. So I'm really happy. I didn't color it for nothing. And this girl is super cute with her legs and feet turning inwards. I really love these, and when I love the style, I really play with my pages a lot. And it's impossible, they are so cute. As I said, now that I have my elements stick down, now I have more space to put more circles. I really like these circles. I think it goes with the whimsical look. And I'm going to now stamp the sentiment from the same stamp set. You will see it says Happy Cake Day and Yes Chef. I'm not going to use the long sentiment because I don't have space now, too many circles. And oops, I stamped it upside down. I'm not going to edit this part out, which I would normally do, but you guys enjoyed how I correct my mistakes in the previous videos. So I'm going to show you quickly how I recover from this. First, gesso is an eraser for us. So I put a little bit gesso. Don't panic, there is a solution for 90% of the mistakes. I'm going to use one of the Dilutions paints, darker, the Funky Fuchsia, because the key here is first to cover that mistake, because we are going to restamp it. I'm just smudging it a little bit lighter, not to have the edges. Now I'm going to spray with the same paint to have the spray look, now that I covered it and it's dry. And I'm going to water it down a little bit and let it dry. It's a bit too dark, so I took another distress paint, lighter pink, to go over the darker areas, and I think it's fine because I'm going to stamp the sentiment anyway, so it's not going to be so visible. Here we go, hopefully the right side up. I managed it. One of them says happy cakey day and the other says yes chef. And I wanted to have a whimsical cute border around the edges with black, since the sentiments are black. And I chose this dilution stamp set, which is around the edge, so there are borders there. And I'm going to stamp using my archival black ink all around the edges of my pages. And as you see, I hope I gave you the idea that I am not perfect and I don't do everything perfect, but you can really recover many of your mistakes if you don't panic and use gesso wisely, because as I say, it's our eraser. It can erase many things, and then you just apply your medium. So after that, again, as you see here, I'm not doing the stamping perfectly as well. When I miss it, I just draw the lines with my black marker myself. And I like the imperfections on an art journal. It's an art journal eventually, and it's in a notebook. We're not selling it to someone. Also, it looks much more natural and cute. After I finish this stamping, I'm going to do some shadowing around my guys. I'm using Indian red from Faber-Castell and a purple because it's darker than the background. You need to be a little bit careful when smudging over sprays. Sometimes sprays, you can spray an area less, and if it is less, the paper doesn't become non-porous, and you can have a line because then the brush pen won't smudge. So just be cautious, or you can cover all this page with matte medium, which will definitely make it non-porous. And after that, I'm just splashing a little bit black with a small thin brush, so that I don't have big blobs of black ink all around. And that's it for today. Lastly, I put some stickles in my circles and on the cakes here and there to make it shiny. And I did some white splashes to lighten up as well. I hope you enjoyed this page today as much as I enjoyed creating it. I'm going to leave the links down below for the stamp set to buy, or Elena's digital stamps on Etsy, where you can buy easily. Reminding, she's going to apply 10% discount if you go with the discount code that I gave you, and it's valid until end of April. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.